guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to continue our runs here, taking down the legendary Goku event, no item with mono teams here. Now, some of these, so far, this is the second one we've done. AGL was just ridiculously easy, right? There's just too much AGL's got, which, again, really made, like, AGL... What's funny is that AGL, you know, for a while has had issues with, like, a Super Battle Road setting. But in something like this, AGL is probably the best typing just for taking down, like, a long event like this. So now we're doing INT. INT has gotten just unbelievably buffed in the, you know, sort of, like, recent past. Like, I don't know, like, the last 7 months or so. Really starting with, like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, INT has just been getting, again, non-stop buffs. I mean, INT Gogeta's EZA, LR Evolution Blue Vegeta, INT UI Goku's EZA, like, just so many powerful units. Now, again, there's a lot of different ways to use INT. INT is probably going to be, like, just based off of the design of this event, where base Goku's physical, then Super Saiyan Goku's AGL, Super Saiyan 2 Goku is tech, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is AGL, God Goku's tech, Blue Goku's AGL, then there's the UI Omen, who's STR, and then Mastered UI, who is INT. So the INT typing only has to deal with the first and easiest phase of this fight with type disadvantage. So it just makes it so you don't really have, like, concerns going through, right? You know, upon doing several runs, I definitely have found that the two hardest to get this done with is definitely physical as well as tech, because at the very end, you know, the last two phases being the one that you have type disadvantage against, it's very tricky. It just comes down a lot of it to RNG and where you're going to get super attacked during those UI Goku phases, right? Definitely very, very tough. Now, what I wanted to go for this build, this is just like, I think this took me 2 tries, because I just sort of was sloppy in my first run, just sort of feeling out the team and how LR Evolution Blue Vegeta would work in this sort of team build, and I just sort of got sloppy and ended up not letting Evolution Blue Vegeta receive all his hits. Because the thing about using this team is, I mean, unless you play like a moron or you really get unlucky, you're gonna win pretty easily. Because LR Evolution Blue Vegeta, like, right now there's 3 revival characters in the game. LR Roshi has the easiest revival mechanic to activate easily, for sure. Then Evolution Blue Vegeta is number 2, and then UI Goku is the hardest to get, definitely. Vegeta, all Vegeta has to do is get hit 7 times, and then go into the rotation under 50% HP. That's a joke. Because in a long event like this, you know, we're gonna go maybe 15 plus turns. So it's gonna be so easy for, you know, us to receive all those hits. Now, one thing that I definitely did notice too in doing this INT run compared to some of the other typings is that Vegeta, I mean, Vegeta and AGL UI Goku, the way they just, like, cut the enemy, like, in half, like, okay, so there's a crit. Okay, he didn't get any additionals, but he easily could have, like, you know, triple supered right there and just, like, immediately taken this guy down. Now, that would have hurt for, say, our INT UI Goku right here, who stacks as well. INT UI Goku, his EZA is phenomenal, amazing, incredible. I mean, he's got one of the best link sets in the game. He's stacking. He's now got an amazing leader skill, Realm of Gods 160. So that EZA Goku is still crazy. Now, here's where, you know, again, I wanted to be, you know, funny, right, and use LR Evolution Blue Vegeta's team. So, like, we have Kid Goku on here. If not for the fact that we were running, you know, double LR Evolution Blue Vegeta, the fact that we're running Kid Goku probably would not have worked the greatest. But again, Vegeta is just, like, having 2 Vegetas on here, it just makes it a joke. Now, I brought Krillin and Android 18. They're a unit that, you know, depending upon how the rotations would play out, like if LR Evolution Blue Vegeta is getting his crits, you know, like, if they're able to get a lot of INT orbs, because I believe, what is it for Krillin and 18? If they get, I think it's 5 INT orbs. Yeah, if they get 5 INT orbs, they do a guaranteed additional super attack. They greatly stack attack. Then they get 30% attack and defense with every attack up to a max of 180%. So that's why, like, I try and keep them on rotation. at least at the start of the fight, to potentially get them several attacks to build up that defense. Because, you know, you can, in like a long event like this, you can get Krillin and 18 to look like a very, very good unit. In all honesty, I'm not the most impressed with Krillin and 18. It's like, they definitely do have their uses. I mean, these runs are definitely pretty tough. Like, using just mono typing, it's definitely not easy, right, to take down some of these stages. I mean, AGL and INT were probably easy, just because, like, again, Vegeta and UI GOKU, as the two best units in the game, this is what they're capable of doing, this right here, right? Like, this is not common. Characters don't just triple super triple crit and then GG. Like, Goku just got sunned right there. Like, that doesn't happen that often. Now, Kid Goku, one good thing about Kid Goku is that he is sort of building up, but his build up is just him being on rotation. He doesn't have to attack or anything, because that's what's actually kind of tricky about some of these runs. Is it's like I could use like let's say we're talking about like the physical team run or something like that, right? Like, I could bring ridiculous, overpowered physical, like, high damage dealing characters, but we could move through the event too fast, so that some of these like weaker characters who need to build up a little bit so we can tank STR UI Goku wouldn't be able to tank fast enough, right? Because we'll just blow through the event too quickly. Which is definitely an issue we run into with Vegeta. I mean, look at the damage he does. Like, it's insanity. There's the 5 dodge kicking in right there. That actually would allow us to take a little bit more damage here than necessarily we should have, right? Although he still took double digits. Because remember that Vegeta, he starts out at 10% damage reduction. Then with every hit, he gains 10% more damage reduction. So he can get a max of 40% damage reduction with his 200k plus defense. A very, very good unit. Now, this team build worked good because we are able to use LR Android 17 / Team Universe 7. We can utilize his active skill. I think in order to use that, we have to have a full rotation of Team 7. And then we have to, as well, have the enemy under 50% HP. Those are really the two conditions with this team build we have to have. So as long as it's not a rotation with Kid Goku or INT Gogeta, we will be able to use the active skill. Obviously, for a lot of these challenge runs, when we have active skill attacks like this, try and save them for like the end, right? INT UI Goku, who's the strongest, or maybe even like a stage where we have type disadvantage, right? Like, as long as we just try and like make it through that, we are typically going to be good. So like here, I'm able to get all the INT orbs I need for Krillin and 18. I mean, INT Gogeta, his job is really just to sit in the ass end and just look pretty, right? Like, because the team that Vegeta runs is Power of Revival / Reps of Universe 7. So, you know, we're able to just sort of torch it just on the back of Vegeta, really. And the thing is, at this point in the event, because I've kept Vegeta on both rotations, both Vegetas now have their revival mechanic unlocked. So what's going to happen is, if we fall below 50% HP, we can't die, right? Like, we actually, like, with a Vegeta on each rotation, we have that one revive. Now, the way they balanced it is you're no matter how many revival characters you have on the team, you can only revive once, which I think is more than fair. I do think that's a very fair way to balance it. But, like, once you're able to get a ton of revive characters on one team, and you just have them all over the place to where it could be very difficult to sort of die on some of these turns, which is good. So notice, if you look at Krillin and 18, like, the damage they can start dishing out as you get deep into an event is pretty good, right? Like, I mean, was that a triple super attack right there? That last attack at 2.55 million with all these additionals is pretty good. Like, Krillin and 18, again, in a long event, they're like the Kid Trunks Great Saiyan Man, where it's like the majority of the game, you're probably not even going to want to rock them or anything like that. But if we're talking specifically for the long events, they are going to work, I think, quite well. Okay, so when it comes to INT, again, the INT typing has had a massive buff recently. I'm looking at my box right now, and I'll go over some characters who could dominate here. I mean, INT was so easy. What's funny is, like, how about Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, the recent Saiyan Day unit? I mean, he would have absolutely dominated this event as well, right? Like, if I found some sort of build, maybe just running like an actual just INT team, he would have completely disintegrated this. LR Team Universe 7, of course, you know, I'm sort of running them in just more of like a, I don't know, like a support role. Like, I'm not really utilizing them to their full effect. Key sometimes can be an issue. It's like, the problem with the LR Universe 7 LR is there's two, like, ways to run them. There's, you know, you just use them, and then you use them with MVP 17. When you use them with MVP 17, they look so much better. One thing that's really good about them, by the way, that I do want to take advantage of, starting from this point, is that when the Team Universe 7 LR super attacks, either 18 key or 12 key, he gives the whole rotation, I think, 30% defense, which is a really, really powerful mechanic. Yeah, allies 30% defense for one turn. He also gives all allies 7% crit chance on his 18 key. Now, like, that's a very powerful effect. There's a reason that effect is not on many units. I think, is it the LR Physical Ginyu Force? I think they also give defense on their 18 key super attack. And then LR Universe 7, I can't really think of any other unit. There has to be at least one more unit that gives all allies defense on super, but that's just like a really powerful effect, right? Now, the other thing, too, about them is they do a lot of damage. You're going to be able to hit very, very hard. Vegeta should be able to tank that. Yeah, 50, that's absolutely nothing. Yeah, 5 or 7.6? Like, this LR is good. I like them a lot better than the 17 in Golden Frieza LR, because the thing about this Universe 7 is you have a very solid placement for them on, like, a team with a lot of reps of Universe 7 characters, like the build we're running right now. And, like, look at the way we're just absolutely just trashing, like this, like, you know, if we're able to get the key for Team Universe 7 and then for Evolution Blue Vegeta, it's over. And that's one reason that Krillin and 18 can be useful as well, is that they create all of those INT-type orbs, right? So they created all those INT orbs, and then we're able to have the Team Universe 7 just collect them all and then do massive damage. So yeah, Broly is good. Honestly, if you can get him the orbs, the transforming Super Saiyan 2 and a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, obviously he would be good. LR God Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Honestly, I think both of them probably could, you know, be on like a no-item run for Mono in this event. But both of them do have passives that run out after 7 turns, right? So, basically what's going to happen with LR God Goku is he loses that 50% chance to dodge he has. I mean, the thing about it is that this guy cancels dodge anyway, so, I mean, that, you know, whatever. But then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right, he does lose super effective against all types and then attack and defense, as he sort of, I believe it's a 7-turn restriction on Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas. Who else do we have? Dude, INT is so, like, ready. Like, they're so stacked. There's honestly like 5 or 6 builds I could have done that would have beaten this easily. INT Gotenks, the transforming Gotenks, would be dominant in here as well. Honestly, the INT Golden Frieza, the target Goku support type unit, is a stacking unit who's fairly powerful. You know, I've used him and the legendary Super Saiyan Broly as sort of a duo that's worked rather well before. You know, that definitely would get the job in here done. Now, the INT transforming Goku Black, he, you know, definitely can work. The problem with him is that his design really has hurt him bad. Because the way his design works is that he has no start of turn defense, and then he's only just building his defense from his greatly stacking defense. But because he doesn't have a good base of defense to build up, it causes him to build up very, very slowly, despite the fact that he's greatly stacking, right? That hurts him bad. Obviously, the new INT GT Super Saiyan Vegeta absolutely cream pies this event. Like, again, this should just show you how easy INT is to do this. I'm not even using him, right? Like, we could do some sort of pure Saiyan build, where, again, we have Broly, we have Evolution Blue Vegeta, we got INT UI Goku, we have GT Super Saiyan Vegeta. Like, there's just so many INT, like, pure Saiyans who just completely can dominate. The 50% Kid Gohan has a 9-turn attack and defensive increase. I think it's 30% defense and attack for 9 turns. So if you keep that INT 50% support Kid Gohan on rotation, you will very easily be able to have him have enough defense to really be able to contribute. And he's creating INT-type orbs. His defense can get rather high. So you could easily have a situation where that Gohan is healing massive reserves of HP, which can be very good. Who else would be good here? The Tobo slash Pride Trooper unit, they have guard, but there's not really another great Universe 11 unit to use, unless you're going to use Tobo slash Pride Trooper and then their SSR, I guess. Who else could be good in here? I mean, Demon Goddess Toa, of course, is one of those healing units. She could be useful, but really just relying upon all of the INT pure Saiyans, I would say, is the best way to go about this. There's also the INT Hercule. INT Hercule is a great defensive unit. He's not going to, contribute damage or anything along those lines, but we would be good. All right, so now we notice the revival is now active. At the bottom of the screen, you see that the little sort of like icon is sort of like on fire. It's glowing. That's to signify that if we die on this rotation, we will revive. So now we've reached the point where we're under 50% HP, and it's just like I can just play so reckless, like I don't even care, because we have a Vegeta on each rotation who is going to have the revival active. It's like if we die, we just are revived. But I don't believe we don't even actually get the revival here. Maybe when I do the physical run, maybe I'll try Roshi, utilizing physical Roshi and his revive mechanic. Maybe the Turtle School team, actually, the Turtle School team could probably do this. Because you'd have, like, the Blue Goku. You could do physical UI Goku. Like, physical UI Goku and Master Roshi would work well. It's like, those characters like Roshi and physical UI Goku, you wouldn't be able to dodge against INT UI Goku, but you have type advantage anyway, right? And you would be able to dodge against STR UI Goku, so that would work. All right, so we got Kid Goku's active skill. Here's another cool thing about, like, doing runs like this is I have not really I don't use Kid Goku too much. But, like, I have used him in, like, I guess, like, several challenge events. He might have been on my team when I no-item the Goku family Super Battle Road stage. He might have been on there. I know I do have my Kid Goku at full level 10 links. Again, like always with these no-item runs for stages, I go over my team at the end, show which characters are at, like, full level 10 links, the equips I have, the builds I chose to go with. Oh, also, by the way, so INT UI Goku transformed. Remember that the first turn INT UI Goku is transformed. He does have guaranteed dodging, but obviously this UI Goku right here, you can't dodge against him. So that cancels even INT UI Goku's 100% chance to dodge, right? Now, looking through my box, seems like I've kind of gone over all of the characters who would be really good for this. But again, like, INT Broly himself, like, the two INT Brolys, Golden Frieza, like, that Planetary Destruction / Movie Boss team, you might be able to really get a build that would work well. There's just a lot of INT units that could work incredibly well in here. INT Janemba, obviously would be strong. He's still going to be able to tank really well with his guard and his dodge and stuff like that. Obviously, you can't dodge against this Goku right here, but, and I believe this is it. We actually are able to use Team Universe 7's active skill right here, and I'm pretty sure we actually do finish UI Goku off right here. This is a rare one, because, again, this is another LR I have not really been using too often, mainly because of the fact that, I just don't really, like, there's no point in running reps of Universe 7 these days, because, like, basically I end up just using teams around what, like, new units came out, right? So I'm not, this is a unit that you basically have to run on reps of Universe 7, so until new reps of Universe 7 units come out, I'm just not using them, because that's just sort of the way I play, right? Like, I'm always just using whatever, like, teams have new units added to it, sort of. That's why, like, certain teams like Realm of Gods, Kamehameha, Pure Saiyan, Goku family are just the best, because, you're always going to be getting updates to those teams. Like, if you're, like, a free-to-play player, building around those teams would definitely be ideal. So now I'll sort of go through the details of all my characters getting show level 10 links, equips, and stuff like that. I think, yeah, this entire team is full level 10 links. Because, I did do Krillin and 18. I got them the full level 10 links, as well as INT UI Goku, like, a lot of these characters during the 6th year anniversary. It is interesting to see how many 6th anniversary characters I'm using on this build, huh? But, I mean, hey, I wanted to let LR Evolution Blue Vegeta get a little bit of shine. No equips on 18 and Krillin, huh? Especially because that Universe 7 equip event, I probably could have some equips I could put on them, but it's fine. So let me know what you guys think of the INT run against the Legendary Goku event No Item. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.